KROQ Klein Alley Show. One of the many things we got into this week, which I hate to even bring up again, is the fact that my wife, after talking to a friend of hers, the friend of hers, I guess, had put one of their poorly behaved kids, into an etiquette class to learn the basics of manners when sitting at the dinner table, primarily.
Which I will just say, even though I don't know this person, I'm sure her kids hate her for that.
Yeah, probably. And I made it through my life without going to an etiquette class. And look at me, Allie.
I'm looking.
I'm a joy to dine with.
We've got both of our elbows on the table as we speak.
Right now. Well, elbows on the table seems like an old school. I think when you look at the history of that, it was probably dated back to like scurvy or something that we don't even have anymore.
That's all etiquette is old school stuff.
Yeah, like etiquette, I feel like we've evolved. And I understand that, yes, we are, I think Jimmy Kimmel just got back from Japan, and he went into this whole rant about how kind of disgusting America is. Now it's a big joke now to the rest of the world because he goes to these other cities that are like clean and they're like, almost pristine.
Japan and Singapore and all that, they're very clean.
And that we should be able to do that in the sense that there is America does make a lot of money, but for some reason we just don't know how to spend it, or our political system is broken, or whatever you want to say. But he's been to a major city and seen what an actual clean, crime-free city feels like, and then you kind of come back to Southern California and it just looks like it's getting, just more disgusting by the day. Is etiquette a part of that? I don't know. I think it's a part of the unraveling of culture, sure, but
younger generations too are mannerless. I was reading an article about that.
And
listen, they're just throwing it out the window.
And this is why she said, let's just stop this now. We don't want to be the people. So she said we should do an etiquette class. I said no. We did a little quiz on the air. Turns out all of us don't know how to act in these situations, at least based on traditional etiquette. And then a couple of listeners said, why don't you have Klein ask his kids these questions and see how they do? Maybe they do great on the quiz and they don't actually need the etiquette at all. So I did ask my kids some of the questions we talked about on the show.
Oh, like what do you do if somebody farts in front of you? Yeah, what were some of the other ones? I forget. It was like
it was like, what are the most important rules
about when you eat
sitting at the table and this and that. So I did ask them, and they gave me their answers. Now I don't think they need etiquette class based on these answers. Etiquette question, guys, because I took a quiz on etiquette, and Mommy wants us to take etiquette class. If someone farts and then they say, "Excuse me," what are you supposed to say? Now, we learned that there is an answer to this, and if someone does...
Again, this is like drunk slurry Klein at home.
I'm not drunk. I'm tired. I'm not drunk. I'm tired because...
It's an etiquette class.
And then they say, "Excuse me, what are you supposed to say?"
Maybe run away because it stinks.
So... once again, that's not what you're supposed to do.
I would love it if everyone did that. But in society.
Society, you're supposed to acknowledge the person took credit, and you kind of just smile at them and say,
You're supposed to smile and nod.
In a nonverbal way, you're supposed to basically say, "Thank you for taking credit."
I acknowledge your excuse me.
Right. But I thought my kid had a better answer.
Totally. Just running away is so funny.
Maybe run away because it stinks.
So she's, once again, I think that she's thinking...
How that stinks?
So the other child, this is the 5-year-old now, also had a answer for this question as well. This is all part of etiquette. If I farted right now, Sienna, and said, "Excuse me," what would you do?
You farted today.
That is the best. Telling somebody about their farts that's a class act in my book.
I was just trying to get the answer for the question. And
Speaking of, you're disgusting.
She didn't have to rat me out. But.
You farted today.
Okay, thank you.
So direct.
And you didn't say "excuse me."
So clearly,
now everyone in the house is laughing.
Yeah, now I've become the punching bag of the family.
And you didn't say "excuse me."
Okay, great. Great, thank you. So the next question in etiquette class to see
Klein, you said thank you.
Yeah, I said thank you after she insulted me. See, that's good etiquette. I'm learning, right? Great, thank you. So the next question in etiquette class to see if we need this or not.
Hey, shut up.
Okay, that's not nice etiquette right there. You didn't say that. She didn't want to do the quiz anymore.
She just told you to shut up.
She told me to shut up in the middle of the question. She was not happy to do the quiz about etiquette, and whatever. I don't think she's wrong here. No one wants to do the etiquette. My wife isn't even planning going. She wants to send me and the kids to learn.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You were making this point yesterday where people are they're as mean as they've ever been, but they're usually mean online. And your daughters are nice enough to be mean to your face.
And that's important that they learn that early.
It is.
I think. You want to be confrontational at a young age. What is a nice way to say to someone that you are no longer interested in hearing their story?
Sorry, but Your story doesn't really sound that interesting anymore, so I wouldn't really like to hear it anymore. So bye.
Let's save that for all future purposes of the show.
It'll be used every time Allie asks a question on the show moving forward. All right, so listen, I think...
I'm in the middle of a story.
Hey, but that's a nice way to say it. Listen, your story's just not that interesting anymore, so goodbye.
You know, I feel
bye.
like Vanessa would say something like this.
She does.
She totally would.
She can use
she
class.
broke it off with a guy after her first date. She was like, hey, you know what?
Not feeling you.
I'm not feeling you. Sorry.
Goodbye.
Nope, I'm not doing anything.
Okay, great. And finally...
She passed on the question.
She's passed. She's now not doing the game anymore. She doesn't want to be a part of this radio show. I don't blame her. What are the three most important...
I see your phone there.
Yeah. What are the three most important manners to have at the table?
1, no elbows on the table.
Nice.
2, don't cross your legs, cross your knees. 3...
Cross your knees?
I don't know.
Does she know
I think she's
the
trying
body
to say
parts?
cross... She learned from Johnny. I think she's saying cross your legs.
Cross your ankles, not your knees.
I think she's trying to say that. I don't even know what that is. I think I taught her that as a sex thing. I was like, just cross your legs, keep them crossed.
2, don't cross your legs, cross your knees. 3, have your mouth closed when you're chewing.
Great.
4, eat with a fork. Don't eat like a dog or with your hand. And
See?
Yeah, that's probably it.
That's a great answer.
That's good etiquette right there.
She doesn't do any of those things, but she knows.
She knows. At least she knows.
And that was my point yesterday, is that people know the rules of the road, but it doesn't mean they follow them. They choose what to do.
Right. There's no rules of the table?
Nothing.
You just don't want to do it.
And don't talk about mean things. Like, I hate you, or you're dumb, or you're
Is she
sexy?
pretending to be a dumb person?
She's doing an impression of a dumb person.
Dumb, or you're sexy.
Whoa.
You can't talk about that stuff. Inappropriate stuff. That's what she's trying to say. You don't talk about inappropriate stuff at the table.
Wait, Dad.
What is something you should never say at the table? Okay.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, she's right. Those are things you don't say at the table. See?
What is your dinner conversation that they know all this stuff?
The problem.
Are you saying F it and S during
no.
And you're sexy during dinner?
No, but that's why we're talking about.
She obviously knows all the things you're not supposed to talk about for a reason.
Well, this is the problem with etiquette, is that it has now led to terrible etiquette. It's gotten way worse.
Your whole family is like, you're dumb, you're sexy,
I never
F you.
I never heard the F word at my table once until just then.
This was all over dinner?
Yeah.
So you were recording this audio while you were eating dinner. That's horrible etiquette.
Well, I was trying to... You guys said...
Your phone's at dinner?
All right. Take a quick break.
She's right. F it, man.
F it. That's right. Quick break. Back in a second. Allie, your story's boring me. Goodbye.
Klein, Alley, Show.
KROQ.
KROQ.